Hey everybody, it's Jake with Nerding in My 30s. Just wanted to say thank you for joining me on a late Saturday night, actually technically Sunday morning. It's February 14th, 2026, Valentine's Day evening. Had a great day with the wife and kids, and just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on something that I made a promise on in the last short I put up, kind of recapping some of the console sales that I've had and the profits and whatnot. So I promised, kind of led a trailer about a teaser, you call it, about a budget PC. Well, I just wanted to let you guys know, unfortunately, that's not going to be able to happen. Let's just say, we'll just jump back August of last year. We knew Windows 10 support was coming to an end. Windows 11 was, going to be Microsoft's base operating system, and I wanted to approach how I could still continue on as the time train was moving, with still keeping an emphasis on budget and price to performance, which is kind of the backbone of the channel. I know I've gotten away from that a lot in the last 6 or 7 months, and I'll be honest, it's just been because I've been kind of burnt out. But I feel like this is kind of a higher calling now to maybe take the channel in the direction I'm wanting to go, because I have a series that I've had in mind for a long time. So long story short, last year I had a Dell Inspiron 3670, I believe was the model. Basically 8th gen machine. You could buy them for $60, $60 to $75 depending on specifications. And then you could get a FirePro W5100, which is a 4 gigabyte GDDR5 card. And the plan was to show you like a fully Windows 11 compatible budget gaming computer for $100. I started working on that project in August of 25. Last year I was busy traveling for work, so I was living in a hotel. I spent 6 weeks in Kansas City for my job, and I was trying to do things on the side, in the evenings and on weekends, to try to keep my mind busy, but also still trying to balance school and my job. So that video didn't take off last August because I had a dead power supply. Luckily, Kansas City has a micro center. Went to the micro center, got a new power supply, got an adapter. Motherboard was dead. Sometime between August and Christmas of last year, I ordered a new motherboard. Not sure what happened, when it happened, where it went. Dead on arrival on the motherboard. That's on me. Should have tossed it in the system a lot sooner than I did, well past the return window for eBay. So I was out $40-50 on the motherboard. So I was looking yesterday. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll buy another one of these systems, and it's just not a thing anymore. That 3670 Inspiron goes for like $200 to $300 now, with the price of everything that's been going on, with astronomically high prices on new hardware. Everything is going up. The budget stuff, anything that's remotely compatible with Windows 11 support, is just expensive right now. So with that being said, I will not be delivering at this time, a $100 PC. I was super excited we were going to delve into, the i3-8100. How does a true 4-core, 4-thread processor work in 2025 and going forward, and a nice upgrade path into like a 8th gen i5 and something maybe like a 1660. But, well, you can't cry over spilt milk. It's water under the bridge at this point. So I have decided that I'm going to start pursuing this goal I've had for a long time. And in order to kind of put some more credence to it, I want to switch you around real quick and show you some of the stuff you may have noticed in the background of videos that I've been doing. So I will finally get over to explaining what is going on with these computers and why they've been sitting there for so long. Okay, so if you've noticed, I've had these computers for a long time. We've got some old pre-built gaming computers. So my plan with these has been to start a new series on the history of pre-built gaming computers. They like this Alienware, I think that's an Area 51. It's a first gen i7. I've had that system for several years. This has been a goal of mine for a long time to do. So essentially what the series is going to be is we're going to dive into each one of these towers. Not everything, obviously this Apple's not a pre-built gaming, but like I've got an Acer Predator, I've got an old HP FX gaming PC, there's a FX gaming PC line that's, what is this one, an E-Machine, and then some Dell Inspiron 630s. I actually have two of these. I got one here and I got a bigger one down underneath. But we're gonna dive into the history of these computers. It seems like right now the need for old technology and budget options is kind of needed. And now these aren't necessarily going to be how-to guides. Most of this stuff I've found, actually all of this stuff I found, it's either government surplus auctions, stuff I've decided to keep for myself, or I've picked up on Facebook market deals. But basically we're going to go into it. We're going to go over the history of the series, or of the series of that computer. We're going to dive into it, go over the specs as it is. We'll get it to the point where it's operational. If it needs to be cleaned, thermal paste, we'll give it the best shot we have at getting it running. And then we're going to benchmark it. We're going to see how it does. And then we're going to throw a reasonable budget at it. I don't know, maybe $100, $150. See if maybe a RAM upgrade, a better graphics card, maybe a storage upgrade can bring some new life, breathe some new life into these old systems, because I know that that it's a passion of mine, restoring these old computers, and I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm thinking that it's going to be a 2-part series per system. Part 1 will be the prologue, how it is. We'll benchmark it as is, and then part 2 will be the upgrades, and then the new benchmark. And then, as you can see, we've had some really good luck. Got some older systems. This guy right here, I am absolutely excited for. That's a Windows 98 PCI traded a CRT for. And then as you can see, we've got a lot older systems. We got some Pentium 4. What is it? I have a Pentium 4 machine up there. A couple of Core 2 Duos. I got a Core 2 Quad somewhere. The plan is to really just get back into, kind of get back in touch with the old computers and the budget hardware that I started this channel for. And maybe, in the next 6 months, as the prices, maybe they come down. I don't know. Everything ebbs and flows with these computers. But I'm going to try to get back more to a computer-based channel. That's what I love. That's what I wanted to do to begin with. I know I've been really big into flipping and video games and stuff, but I've just been kind of nerding through my 30s. That's the whole premises of the channel. So if you like what you're seeing, please consider giving the channel a like and subscribe, and I'll be back with some closing comments. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that little overview of what I'm planning on. I apologize about, I hope I don't come off as whiny. One thing I hope that you notice with this video is the increase to my audio quality. I actually got a microphone, a Bluetooth mic, to the iPhone that I use to film with. It's nothing special. It's 25 bucks on Amazon, but I could tell from my testing, just from the last short I put out pre-mic to the short I put out with the microphone, the difference is astounding. It's cut out so much noise, and little quality of life improvements, things like that, I think, are what it's just going to lead to, a better content on the channel. So I wanted to say thank you for all the support I've gotten. I love doing this. Not to get too deep into my health, but I do suffer from some mental health issues, anxiety, and some social awkwardness situations, some social anxiety. And so this is just an outlet for me to, I'm not super creative. I don't draw. I don't do things like that. So this is a way that I feel like I can produce something that I like. It's kind of a creative outlet for me, and it allows me to have communications with people that are interested in the same things I am. So I hope you like what you saw. I am excited. I had this idea for this series for a long time, probably 3-4 years ago with the first pre-built gaming PC I happened to keep. I just thought it was a neat tower, and I believe it was the eMachines FX gaming tower that was the first computer that I got that I kind of had the idea with that. So I'm not sure which machine I'm going to do first. We'll see where we're at. I'm going to go through them and start working on it this week. So once again, thank you for all the support. I've droned on for quite a while now. So punch that like and subscribe if you like see some more, computer content. And we're gonna divert off the highway of the technology highway right now of what's going on with all these potholes of high prices and stuff. And if you remember, if you were into computers during COVID, things were astronomically expensive, and this happens. Graphics cards get stupid expensive for a year and they come back down. Storage, RAM is the big thing now. I don't think there's a better time than right now to consider getting into computer gaming and doing so on a budget with older hardware with good price to performance. There's a saying that I like, the best time to plant a tree was 50 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Meaning you can't change what's already happened. You can't go back and do things the right way. But if you want something, you can implement change now to, get that process going. So that's it. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to start working on part 1 this week. I'm hoping to get it out this next week. I'm going to try to shoot for a video every 7 to 10 days now that I'm back home, not traveling anywhere near as much for work, and I'm not in college anymore, so this is going to be fun, and I really hope you enjoy it. Once again, I'm Jake from Nerding in My 30s. I appreciate your time, and I'm signing out.